Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to a special edition of the Fanatic Real broadcast. As today, we will be hosting the Deep South Creations All-Team Bowl Draft live here, and we'll get started in about 20 seconds. Happy New Year, everybody. The plan was to have New Year gear on for you. However, I go to Walmart yesterday, which in and itself was an adventure. It's freaking crazy, stupid people everywhere, and they have no New Year's stuff to be able to wear. But better yet, I get to wear Deep South Creations hat today because they are our all-team bowl sponsor this year, and I want to make sure that I bring in Brandon Prince from Deep South Creations on with me real quick here. Brandon, how are you?
Good, man. You?
I'm drier than you. It's kind of raining up there.
Yeah, we'll need a boat here soon if it keeps raining.
So how was Christmas? How was New Year?
Good. It was a very busy season. We grew a lot more. I think we doubled. We've been doing this for 3 years, and every year we doubled. This past year, we tripled what we did the last year. So our reach is getting out there. We're getting a little bit bigger, which is a good thing.
Hey, let's see. Was there a VRV happy hour last night?
Well, they had it open where you could jump in and just say hey and Happy New Year and everything to people.
That's cool. All right, so hey, why are we here today? Let's get the rest of the crew in here. So today with us, we've got Anthony Monhay, the general manager of the Lunatics, and Sean Purcell, general manager of the Naughty Dogs here. They will be drafting their Deep South Creations all-team bowl teams today. We're going to do it a little bit different than the years past, where we're going to be introducing these 2 and 3 amazing dice that Brandon built for us a couple of years ago. And this is going to help these 2 guys that are on the right-hand side of the screen pick their teams this year for this game. It's kind of like our version of a Pro Bowl. They are playing for 3rd and 4th place from the FSA Redraft League this year. 3rd and 4th place comes with a little bit of different dollar amounts, which is why this is kind of important. I think you guys are paying for like $2 and $250. I think
I think it's $275.
$275 and something like that. Yeah. So let's give a little bit more of the premise of what this is going to look like. Let me pull this screen up right here for everybody. So this is what the rosters are going to look like whenever we finally get them built. All right. So there's a total of 32 roster spots completely, 16 on each team. Each one of these roster spots will have 1 player from each one of the NFL teams. What happens is once a player is drafted from a team, no other players from that team can be drafted anymore. So let's use Patrick Mahomes, for instance, if he was playing today. Let's say Sean gets the 1st overall pick and Sean decided he was going to draft Patrick Mahomes. No other Kansas City players can be picked after that then. And then we go back and forth like that. So it will be a snake draft, very small snake draft with just 2 guys. Sean was in 3rd place coming into this, or had the better record between him and Anthony. So he got to elect whether he wanted to draft first or if he wanted to defer and get back-to-back picks. He has decided that he wants to draft first. So that means after he makes his first selection, then Anthony will get back-to-back picks. Doing something a little bit different this year. It's not just going to be a straight pick where Sean gets to take whoever he wants. He has to take the position of the player that show up on these dice. So it kind of forces his hand a little bit about who he has to select. So for the first 8 rounds of the draft, we're going to roll 2 dice. If it's 2 different positions on the dice, Sean gets to pick either one of those positions. If it's the same, he has to pick that position. Halfway through the draft, we're going to introduce the 3rd dice. So we're going to have all 3 of them in there. Same concept, 3 different positions. They can choose whatever they want. If there happens to be a duplicate at a position, they have to fill that roster spot first. If that spot's already filled, then they can use the 3rd dice, whatever that position is. If both roster spots are filled for that, then we re-roll the die. If there's a triplicate, 3 of them are the same, they get two options. They can either fill that position that's on the dice. I think we're getting a little bit of feedback. Let me see. You're going to get to pick that position that's on the dice, or you get to steal a player from your opponent. And once you steal a player, then the player that gets the player stolen from them, they have to replace them immediately without changing their rotation inside the draft. All right. So hopefully that was explained good enough. Even the two guys that are involved in this are looking at me a little crazy. I know when I tried to explain it to Brandon like 2 years ago, I just blew his mind. Brandon, a big fantasy baseball player, but not really a fantasy football player. We're going to change that one of these years, though. We're going to get you in on this thing.
I'll join in.
All right, cool. I love it.
I've been dabbling the last couple of years in the Yahoo leagues, just trying to figure it out to see before I join something like this.
It is so not complicated. It's just like Yahoo, except for we're a closer family than anybody you're going to play on Yahoo, right? Other than the Deep South creations all team ball. It's the only crazy thing that you're going to get with FSA. What's up, babe? You want to come in and say hi to all of the people? What's wrong? You ready for this draft? You want to Yeah, I figured you would. I figured that would make you happy. All right, Sean, since you're going to be first on the board, I'm going to have my little one here. Let's take this one out of there. You're going to roll these two, okay? So we will make sure that this first dice roll gets seen by all. So will you grab these two dice and roll them for me? Roll them right here on the table. All right, you got a kicker and a defense.
You got a what?
Right out the chute. Kicker and a defense. It's not a bad thing.
Tough choice there.
I can't. There you go. It's not a bad spot to pick from either right off the screen. Yeah, because this is who I would pick from the first round anyway. Especially, let's say the rest of Kansas City was still playing. I would have taken like Harrison Butker or Kansas City's defense, and then screwed over Anthony, so he couldn't have taken like a Tyreek Hill or a Patrick Mahomes or a Travis Kelce or anything like that. So, good strategy here at the very beginning to get a kicker or a defense.
Defense, goodness.
So MJ out there says, good luck, fellas. Happy New Year. Jenna's out there. Jenna says, Happy New Year. My favorite people. She had to switch to Facebook. YouTube is forever blurry. Maria says, I think the rest of the guys need to be muted. It sounds like an echo. Yeah, I think we got that figured out. I think Brandon got himself muted right now. But definitely unmute yourself anytime you want to jump in, brother.
No.
So when Sean makes his pick, I'll type it in right here onto the screen so everybody can see it. This will be what I use for the scoring sheet for this game. All of the points are already typed. Sean, one thing I wanted to tell you, Anthony did ask this question. You do not have to fill this roster in 100%, 50%, then 25%. Fill it in however you want. Then you come back and give me your lineup later for what you want at 150 and 25.
Okay. I'm going to send my pick into you right now.
All right, cool. So the guys are going to send in their picks over the comments as well. So whenever we do see them, we'll pop them up on the screen, and then we'll make an announcement to everybody of who that is as well. For those of you who might be listening to this on audio and not watching us on video, so you can hear what it is. Did you send it in?
No, I'm typing it.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you did already. I'm like, maybe it's not working.
Send.
Oh, there we go. So, all right, maybe we'll do them again in just a second. Sean has elected to pick the Seahawks defense. So let's go over here. And there we go. Seahawks defense is there. All right, so I'm going to roll the dice this time, okay? So, Anthony, you're going to get back-to-back picks. So, for the first die roll, you've got, oh, how about that? Kicker and defense. Again.
There's other words on here.
Yeah, kicker and defense
and
as
defense
well.
again. Mm.
You just love looking at yourself, don't you?
Hmm.
Who's that?
But the same thing that Walter.
It's Walter. Yeah. What's your sister doing?
Listen. Give me the white.
I'm gonna look up something while you guys are thinking because
All right, yeah, I'll toss it in there now. It's gonna be interesting, I'm sure.
Let's see. Will it let you type up into the comments? Because I know Sean sent it to me in the private chat.
Yeah, it's still only on the
Only
private.
Okay. Don't hurt the dice now. Move them over there for right now. We'll get Anthony's first pick in, then we'll get to roll again.
All right, I sent it.
I like it. So Anthony is taking the Browns defense. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Let's get that one in there. All right. Let's roll these dice again.
I gotta go first.
I want to roll them. Let's hope we don't get another kicker in the defense. We got to get something different here. How about tight end?
Oh,
The two.
Well, I guess I
Guess you got to get a
gotta
tight
go
end.
tight end, huh? All right.
I got crayons.
Hmm.
Can you go put those on your desk? So they're not on my desk. I think this one's a tough one because I think there's like 2 or 3 tight ends that you grab, right?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
But
colors.
are they playing?
That's yeah.
Difficult. Are they playing this week? Because of everybody being rested in week 17. Hi. Happy New Year.
Here's yellow. How about gold?
So, Brandon, what's the rest of the day look like for you after you get done with us?
I think I'm gonna relax today. Spend some time with the family, just watch some TV.
Good deal. I like it. Wife went out,
Daddy, is
did
this
her
golden?
she went out and did her 45-minute workout, said she'd be back in time for this.
Daddy, is this golden?
It says it is dandelion. I guess that's close to golden.
All right, I think
Uh-oh.
I got it.
I think you
Okay.
got it finally.
So white. Wait a second.
Okay. I like it. Darren Waller. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if he's going to play. I guess that's probably the biggest question mark, right? That he needs to use his arms. Oh, let me get him on here for you. Oh, you know what I need to do? Also, we need to be eliminating these over on this side. So Seattle is already gone. So let's mark out Seattle. Cleveland's gone. Let's mark out Cleveland. That way we don't have any duplicates. And then Oakland. Well, let's let's look how far back this goes and how I haven't changed it. Now Las Vegas Raiders, but still says Oakland from a couple years ago. All right. Now we are back on Sean. Sean, I'm going to roll 2 dice for you. We got tight end or quarterback.
Ooh. All right.
And this is Walter.
Yeah, that's Walter.
And his name is quarterback.
You see the little prince there?
Yeah.
And Sean, you will get back-to-back picks as well. It'll be like this every round now until we finish. So I have a question, Anthony, since you just got back-to-back picks. So what was the strategy with taking Cleveland as your defense?
Well, honestly, it's. I think they're gonna put up some points, so I took that as well. But also just eliminating pretty much a team that I really wasn't going to pick from anyway. So I didn't know his strat if he was going to pick for it, but
What?
they're a solid defense, and I just think it's a good block too for anyone that maybe they might pick up.
Cool.
It's raining. Okay.
What's up?
I just told her it was raining.
Oh, is it so? Brandon just told me it's raining up crazy up in deep south as well.
Is it
So
raining again?
It's raining again.
that-
It's not raining like crazy. It's just raining wet, and the park is like flooded and yucky, baby.
what worries me is we got to do the operation tomorrow, and it's going to be raining during the operation and bags and stuff like that. And we found out the other day that even though we put the request in for the tarp to be able to cover these bags as we picked the soldiers up from the airport, the order never got put in for them. So we have no tarps. So they're going to be coming back with wet bags once they get back to post.
That sounds about Army.
Yep, the guys that don't know, Brandon's former Marine, so I'm sure it was the same way over on that side too.
At least your bags would show up wet. They'd lose our bags.
I'm sure it's going to happen to a couple of people. I mean, maybe not. It's so easy to fly into Augusta, right? But you just never know. I will say the operation on the way out was a mess. We ended up having 4 flights canceled, one before the day ever got started. So we knew that there was a group of soldiers going out at 5:45 in the morning. When we got there, the 5:45 flight was not on the screen for departures. So we went up and asked and to find out what it was. And as we were asking, soldiers had their flight itineraries on their phone or had alerts or whatever. And it's literally changing their flights right there in front of us. So they're moving them later on in the day. A couple of guys got their flights moved to the following day. And then American Airlines had 3 more flights got canceled throughout the day. When the soldiers ordered their tickets in October, early November, those flights existed. But because it had been so slow at the Augusta airport, they decided to take those flights out of their rotation. And out of all of the people that got changed for the day, only one of them actually ever got rescheduled. All the rest of them we had to reschedule on the spot. And a couple of them had to be thrown in a taxi cab and driven all the way to Charlotte because they were leaving from Augusta to Charlotte to make sure that they caught a connecting flight out. All of them ended up getting up there, but it's a 3-hour drive. You're sitting in a taxi cab for 3 daggone hours to get up there. The airlines paid for it. But we had one person that still made it all the way to Charlotte, but they weren't going to be able to get him there in time for his connecting flight. So he stayed overnight in Charlotte at the airport to get his next flight out. So it was a mess. We had 616 soldiers get out, though, so wasn't a bad day. It was I was up for 43 and a half hours when the operation was finally done.
I sent it in.
Mark Andrews as your tight end. I like it.
I was tossing it up between Lamar and Aaron Rodgers at first, and I was like, wait a minute, I still need a tight end. And now nobody gets Lamar.
There you go. I love the strategy. You're on mute, Anthony. We can't hear you unless you're cussing it on purpose at us and you don't want us to hear.
I almost went the same direction, honestly.
Yeah. I think the best part of this is how much can you screw your buddy as you're doing this by taking the players and who else can't get it. I think that's the most fun part, why we enjoy doing the draft on this. All right. So we've got Sean getting ready to make his second pick in a row. We're going to roll the dice. Running back and running back. So I guess that means you're taking a running back.
Goodness.
Oh, well, you got all of my Jet stuff. Nobody wants to see that trash team.
Goodness.
They're not good.
But this is like
Yeah, I know. It's Daddy's team. Daddy got autographed Curtis Martin football for Christmas,
Nice.
but it's because it's Curtis Martin, not because it's the Jets. It could have been a New England Patriots signed Curtis Martin football. I wouldn't have cared.
Nah, you would have just had to throw it in the trash then.
Yeah, probably. If we had Kevin on here with us right now, he would probably argue with us. But yeah, let's put that right there. And let's put this one right here. Hi. So we got to figure out how we're going to get you in next year, Brandon.
Yeah,
Let's talk about.
I tried it out this year, and that Yahoo League, I did all right. The end of the regular season, I was in 4th place or something. I made it all the way to the title game last week, and my opponent had Kamara, and he went off for 54 points.
Yeah, it was.
And
I think
he ended up beating me by 10 points.
Oh, wow. Even with that, still going to be for by 10. That's crazy. Hey, baby, can you go on the table and do that?
Yeah, because I had picked up Jalen Hurts a couple of weeks ago, thinking he might go off, and he helped me for 2 weeks in a row. So, but the guy ended up winning. I was like, well, what can you do? I knew when he had 50-something points, I was like, man, there's really no way. Because I mean, I had a bunch of. Like, I could look at mine.
I mean, the talk was, how many people lost to Camara in the championship game, and you don't expect it. You never know what's going to happen. There's just no way you can plan for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. See, I mean, it was in a 10-team league. So I mean, of course, I drafted a bunch of guys that ended up, or they did an auto draft. So I ended up with a bunch of guys that didn't do anything all year long. So. And some of them you couldn't drop.
Did you get stuck on auto draft, or did the whole league auto draft?
The whole league auto drafted.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was
I've
horrible.
thought about doing that before. I mean, I really have. So I like this pick. Are we sure he's going to play?
You gotta win to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right.
The only other person I was thinking of was Kamara.
Yeah.
Really risk, given that it's a toss-up between him and the Packers.
All right, that means we are on Anthony for back-to-back picks. Let me get these dice here. Running back or tight end? So,
Okay.
Running back and tight end.
and you know what I'm going to do? Because I know this is the flex position, because I don't want you guys to forget that is the flex position. I want to move Mark Andrews and Darren Waller up into the true tight end position. Hey, baby, I need you to lean back so I can get my arm around you so I can use the keyboard. Here we go. So running back or tight end?
Running back and tight end. Whoa.
I mean, he just took the running back that got me through the season on the redraft anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't think I need another tight end, but it's just who's still playing for something.
Yeah. I mean, if Kelsey was out there, of course. Well, I'm not going to throw any names out, right? I don't want to influence you guys at all. So I'm not going to put anything out there and give you any ideas of who I got in my head. So
Kyle.
you can roll the next one. How about that? Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go color and I'll yell at you whenever it's time to pick. It's time to roll the dice. Okay. Thank you, baby. You're gonna take that with you too? Okay. 10-team league, everybody auto drafted. I've actually thought about doing a nothing but auto draft, but what we have come to find out, I don't know that we ever want to do auto drafts on NFL.
No.
Especially not halfway through the season like we did with the King of the Castle. We saw what that did to two of the teams. We saw what auto drafting did last year as well. Every single one of the divisions or regions last year ended up with Andrew Luck on a team, and he had already announced his retirement at that point. So that screwed a couple of people over as well.
All right, I think I'm just gonna do it.
Uh-oh. Just going to do it. See who you sending in. And Homer pick, but I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We know you're a Cowboys fan.
Oh yeah. But they're actually playing for something, so if he's going to show up, he better do it. So.
I mean, finally over the last week or so, he's actually looked like he's knows how to play the game again.
Yeah.
It's been.
Well, I think the team as a whole kind of forgot that they were professionally paid football players.
Yeah, they're actually playing in the NFL and not the XFL or something like that. All right, you got to get your second pick in here. So let me get the dice here. Running back, kicker. So what kind of rules did your league use, Brandon? Anything out of the ordinary, special, something we can adopt in FSA? We're thinking about changing some of the scoring around. Well, there's one thing that is probably going to change.
No, it was pretty plain. I mean, I was just trying to learn all like the scoring, because defense, kicker, things like that. It's been a while since I played, so I was trying to get a general feel for the game. Because I mean, my baseball league that I'm in, I've been in for 10 or 11 years, and it's a dynasty, so you keep 5 players year to year, and it's on Yahoo just because we've never moved it to anything else. But I don't know. I mean, like him with the Elliott pick, I had Pollard. He had done good for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden Elliott got healthy, and they didn't announce it until right at game time, so I didn't get to swap him out. So I ended up with like 4 points from him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a different breed of, since you've been doing the baseball for so long, you don't have to look at pitching rotations and see if you're getting 2 starts out of a guy for a week or whatever, anything like that. Definitely a different breed of playing, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot more. Well, I don't know. I think there's more research with baseball
I agree.
than football. I mean, you've got way more choices out there, and you've kind of got to know, like you said, who's got 2 starts for the win. It depends on the format too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they lock you in, if it's a daily, you're all right. You just have to go in each day and change your. But if it's like a Yahoo weekly, then you have to set your roster for the week and hope that guy makes 2 starts, 3 starts, or whatever it is.
We used CBS about 3-4 years ago. We got a group of guys out of FSA decided that they wanted to do their hands at baseball for a year and see what we can make happen. And I think we put together a 12-team league and did it. And you and I have had this discussion before. I haven't watched baseball since 1994, since right at the last strike they had. So for me, I won the league, but I honestly don't know any of the players. So I just drafted whoever was best whenever it came to that spot, made sure my pitching roster was filled out. All the rest of my spots were filled out. Researched whatever the pitching rotations looked like to try to get as many 2 starts as I could for the week. It was a week-long one, so you just started at the beginning of the week and let it roll for the whole week. And really just went off of whatever they suggested as the best player for the week. And that's just how I did it, and I ended up winning it. So still don't think it's going to be the first sport that we expand into when we expand. I know you hate hearing me say that because I know you want baseball so bad, but I would love to branch into basketball first.
I sent the pick in, by the way.
I see it. I'm looking over at it right now. I love that guy.
Mandatory Montgomery.
Yeah, I love it. Finally, I mean, you know what? I didn't realize he ended up being like the 7th best running back this year, 7th or 8th best running back this year. I had no idea until I saw that stat this morning.
I almost went kicker just to block, but
all right, so it's going to be Sean's turn. He's going to get back-to-back picks, but we got to roll the dice for his first pick. So can you roll those 2 dice for me so we can see who he's going to get? Running back / wide receiver.
Okay.
now it's getting more complicated as all the teams are knocked off the board.
Let's see. Chad Henney needs a backup. This is Chris Simpson saying it. Happy New Year, Chris. Kickers are not people. Also,
Sure.
Chris, Happy New Year. MJ says she wants hockey. You know, it's one fantasy sport that I've never done is hockey. I've played around with the idea of what does a scoring system look like for hockey, and I can't come up with a comfortable way of not making goalies be like quarterbacks are in our league, where everybody just runs with kicker or with quarterbacks. I can't figure out what a scoring would look like to make sure that you value a wing or a defensive guy over a goalie with your first pick. So I've never really played around with it. Chris out there again, what a guy. We do appreciate you being on with us today, Chris. What's things like in the future? You're what? I can't ever remember this. He's 5 hours ahead, right? Because you're 6 ahead, Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, barely 6:30. Still early.
Still early. But you ain't got to go to work tomorrow. That must be nice.
Yeah, well, I'm not shaping, the future soldiers.
Whatever. I'm just picking them up from the airport.
That
Somehow that will get screwed up. It won't be my fault. Somehow the soldier will screw that up.
Yeah.
was
Well,
It is
I
not-
think it's crazy that so many go back home. Like, to me, I don't think I would.
Yeah, we had between POV operations, bus operations, the flights out of Augusta, flights out of Atlanta. I think we had like 20, just shy of 2,500 soldiers roll home for the holiday, something like that.
That's crazy.
All right, Alvin Kamara came in from Sean. It's up on the board. That means he gets to pick again. Baby, would you please roll the dice again for me? Shake them real good. Defense and running back. Now let's see. Where are we at on the board? You've got 1, 2, 3 more running back spots, and you do have 1 more defense spot as well.
All right. In that case. Goodness.
so Daddy is like
Getting close. Well, I think we're halfway through. 4 more picks for each one of the guys. Then we get to bring in all 3 dice. Then your hands are too small to do that. You can barely handle those 2 dice.
Defense or running back?
there's 3
Yep,
guys.
running back or defense. And do remember, you do have to start a second defense.
Second defense, yeah.
Yeah. Chris says it's 5:30 p.m. there. He's about to go grab some fish and chips for tea. Stop it. You just stop that. MJ says she loves this draft, by the way. I've thought about trying to put together leagues like this, but I don't know how you would do that, right? Like, is it you put 2 people to always draft against each other like this, and then you never know who you're randomly going to get paired against, and then there's multiple copies of the players. And let's say, like with what Brandon had with this 10-team league, you have 5 copies of each one of the players, and then you do this depth chart football every single week, which MFL will semi allow you to do. It will allow you to do a percentage on certain number of players, but only one time. So it will calculate, say, the 100% for me and the 50% for me, but would not also do the 25%. So it'd be some work on my part. But then what do those teams look like as they're rotating around and playing against each other, kind of thing, since you have that many copies of players? But I mean, there's a strategy in it. So Kamara's in this one, but that doesn't mean in another pairing that Kamara is going to be somewhere else. That could be a Drew Brees pick at that point or a Michael Thomas pick. So Kamara never sees himself in one of the other ones. Chris, have a good night, man. We'll see you later. He's off to go get his tea.
Daddy, there was something in your
All right, I picked my last flex spot, or my first flex spot, I guess.
All right, let me put him in the flex for you, Jonathan Taylor.
It's a good pick.
I like it too.
And it's not you.
I have no idea why all of a sudden it decided it wanted to change the font style, but whatever. There it goes. Picked right up after that. All right, we got Indianapolis marked off then too. All right. That means we are on Anthony for 2 picks now.
Yeah.
All right, let me roll these. We got tight end, running back.
Tight end and running back.
Yeah, that's just where's the quarterbacks at right now? I'm wondering.
This great guy's going fine.
God, we need to remember this.
Go up when it starts to be 3 dice.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well, I'm hoping for a triple, kind of like you guys hope for a snake eyes. Whenever I'm doing the draft order shows, I'm hoping for a triple so I can see somebody stolen out of this thing.
And this thing going down.
You can sit here the whole show, aren't you? You just love yourself. Well, the good thing is the tight end position is filled. You don't necessarily need one. We got some pretty good running backs.
Wait, what?
And look, and also the way I've got this up here for you too. So with Kamara and Montgomery being in this flex spot, right, is your minor flex. If you need to, and I need to roll them down into here for you to put another spot in there, or however you want to work that. If you want to free up a spot, and so you've got the extra spot for the wide receiver or whatever, let me know. Since the minor flex is only running back wide receiver, so if I need to roll somebody somewhere else, just let me know.
Now we can we move our players around once they're all drafted based on whether you want them full points, half points, or quarter points?
Yes. So don't think that you have to draft your 100% right now.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden Anthony decides right now is the time when he wants to pick that second defense, and he can. So this is just for me for checking purposes.
Yeah.
I will be asking you guys for what does your depth chart lineup look like? Who do you want at 100? Who do you want at 50? Who do you want at 25? Right. So don't think that you're locked into the spots right now.
It's the same scoring that we've been doing all year, right?
Yep, same scoring, no difference in the scoring. So you still get the tight end premium in this one. You're still getting the only difference is there's no super flex in this one. So you're only going to roll with a quarterback in each one of the spots at 150 and 25. So no super flex spot. But yeah, outside of that, everything else is the same.
Big word.
And I was telling Anthony before you got on as well, it seems like every single year somebody ends up putting somebody down in that 25% that goes off. I think it was Bilal Powell, the running back for the Jets like 2 years ago, scored like 28 points or something like that. And the guy had him down into 25%, which means he only ended up with 7 points instead. And that was the difference in the game. Had he had him up in the 100% part, he'd have won the game. So, all right, Malcolm Brown. Put him in here. We are talking Malcolm Brown.
He's a running back for the Rams.
Rams. Okay. I was thinking of Smoke Brown from is he on Baltimore still? Am I thinking the right guy, or is that Brown that's over in Buffalo now?
There's a Marquise Brown in Baltimore.
That's who I was thinking of.
Hollywood Brown?
Hollywood Brown, yeah, not Smoke Brown. Smoke is in Buffalo. All right, that means we got to roll dice for Anthony to get a second pick. I'm going to roll again, okay? Let's see if we get a quarterback this time. How about a running back or a tight end again? I think these dice are weighted. We need to look at the man that made these. I think he's down here at the bottom of the screen. I think he's got these sets to be running back and tight ends all the time.
You got to roll them harder.
You got to roll them harder. They're big.
Yeah. That's what you said you wanted.
Yeah, I know. That's what I needed, though. What I really need is I need a big, long poker table so we can throw them out there like we're on The Price is Right or something like that.
Yeah.
Not sure.
So Malcolm Brown, running back. So I need to slide him into your flex spot.
Yeah.
Get him in the right spot. That way I'm not messing up your what you're trying to build here. That's you. Do you even know who Malcolm Brown is? Daddy doesn't. This is why I don't do good at fantasy football.
That's got to be an incomplete pass.
You know what I don't have on there right now? Shoot. Everybody let me forget it too. I'm going to get Deep South Creations logo up there in the bottom corner. It's built. I just forgot to pull it up.
Hey, that's a doggy.
It is a doggy. It's a great logo. It's the same logo that's on Daddy's hat. What? It's the same one that's on Brandon's hat.
I'll go with him.
Miles Gaskin. All right. Let's see. I guess we're dropping him down into the 50% spot just so we can put him somewhere right now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Water in
You know how hard it is to type when you're on my lap? Just saying. All right, let's mark off Miami over here. All right, so that was back-to-back picks. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop one of these dice out. Let's grab a different color. Still 2 dice. We're going to see if it makes a difference so we don't roll running backs and tight ends again. How about running back and defense instead? What?
That's my.
The way they'd be going in my 50% spot.
Ah.
So that was pick 6 for Anthony. So this should be your pick 6. 2 more rounds. We'll add in that 3rd dice. Maybe we'll start getting some variety in there. Are you trying to give me a paper cut on my chin? Like, is that on purpose?
Try to show them my picture.
That's your picture. Do you spell Sissy's name too? That's pretty good.
I made it all green.
Yeah. It's good you spell both names.
Yeah, I'm making it Christmas colors.
For Christmas is like 350, 60 days away again. No more Christmas for a little bit. What's up, Mama?
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Good. I'm Brandon's board. I appreciate his awesome face being here, though.
Oh,
No, that's interesting
Yeah.
to me.
we're learning. I'm ready for baseball, though. I could get in with some baseball.
You know what? I need to take a screenshot or a snapshot of whenever we were on the VRV happy hour when you came out with all the baseball stuff trying to get my attention and show that to everybody. Oh, I'm getting it for you. Oh, there we go.
Our middle boy even said he would play if he did baseball.
Oh man, right there, that right there, that gets me. Maybe we have to do. Maybe we got to bring baseball in first. The Prince household says we got to do baseball.
There's a doggy on your hat and a doggy symbol
And on his hat too, yeah. I think I've got a stack of your business cards around here too, Brandon, from when we were up there visiting. I think I've got them over here in my filing cabinet. There it is. There's the dog, the inspiration. Oh.
There's no dogs.
No, there's no dogs, baby.
There's no dogs. Wait, that's a dog, but no dog helmet.
The dog helmets.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to get a miniature helmet with Deep South Creations logo on it. Made for Brandon. I mean that's pretty much your team name for next year, right? We're going with Deep South Creations for the team name. Yeah. So Brandon Valenka from Nature Coast plays with us as well. So he always used Nature Coast Colonials for his team name.
How about we change the gray away, then we put the blue?
You want to do blue and white this time?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take the gray one out this time then. But
The
not
deep
yet.
South woodpeckers.
Say again.
The deep South woodpeckers.
I like it. I like it.
That
not
or
bad.
the beavers or something that does wood.
Does something with wood. I like that. That's good. I like that a lot.
This is golden water.
That is Walter. Yeah, I'll start looking for a woodpecker and a beaver logo for you, man. As soon as we get done with the draft, I'll start looking for you. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
And Daddy, that is mine.
That is yours.
I haven't seen it.
Oh. I think Sean might be typing.
I'm slowly typing, yes.
No, I'm not gonna do that for you. But I need to type in a second. So can I have my seat back? Can I have my legs back for a little bit?
What did you think of the rank thing I did for Anthony?
Say again.
What did you think of the Sergeant Major rank I did for Anthony?
Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. So, and even better, you got to give it to him in hand, right? So you gave it to him when he came
Yeah,
down to visit.
well, it was from his wife and kids, but
Yeah.
I saved it until they came down and we had it wrapped up for him. So, but yeah, I got to hand it to him.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. It's beautiful. And that's cool that you got to hand it to him, too. That makes it super cool. Yeah, I like it. It looks really good, man. You want to roll one more time? All right, we'll get you to roll one more time, then you're going to go hang out with Mommy and Sissy, okay? Not yet. Not yet. We got to wait for him to get his pick in first.
There we go.
All right, Ronald Jones. All right. Let me see where I'm going to put him down here, I guess, in this spot.
Yes, sir.
I like that. It's not a bad pick. It kind of takes quite a few people out of that. I don't even know if any of them would be playing or not, though, but that takes the rest of the
They're supposed to all be playing because they want that number 5 spot.
Yeah.
Play whoever the NFC East.
least. So that takes away all the Tampa Bay players then. So you get another pick. All right. Roll those dice. Defense and tight end.
Oh, goodness.
All right. You go with Mommy and Sissy for a little bit, okay? Thank you, baby.
We're good at tight end.
This will be your 7th pick. So you'll get a pick. Anthony will get his 2. And then when you pick again, after that pick, we'll start the 3rd dice in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Once we have 16 picks in, then we'll bring that other one in.
Ed dumped like about 6 to 8 inches of snow the past 2 days here.
Oh,
I love it.
I can't remember. Are you from Northern California?
No. So I'm from Southern California, but I was stationed up at Drum,
Oh, yuck.
and I loved it there.
Going with who I was going to originally go with on that last pick.
Yeah, Washington football. All right. There we go. All right, Anthony, you're up for 2. Let's get this first roll in.
All right.
Let's hope for something. Like wide receiver, kicker.
Go kicker. Go kicker.
Let's see. Got to see who's off the board again. Okay, let's see. We got that. All right. Let's see.
I'm just making my count over here, too, to make sure I got it all marked off for you. You guys got 13 picks in, 13 guys going. I'm more curious what you guys are going to do with those low-hanging fruit teams like Jacksonville and the Jets and Detroit, Denver, Giants.
Hey, the Giants
Kinda-
are playing for something still.
Yeah.
That whole shit is
Somehow that whole shit show that's over there in the NFC East. So I know you're intently paying attention, Brandon, but none of what you're seeing right here is what we'll do in the regular season. So none of this will actually play out. This is not the norm. This is just for our Pro Bowl game here at the end. So you'll get a normal draft and all that stuff.
It still looks interesting. I mean, it just kind of looking at their strategy. I mean, I'm curious to see who they end up with at quarterback at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to know.
Yeah,
you got to know which one to play in. Yeah, because there's a lot of running backs that are good, but they're not playing this week.
Yeah.
Like Jacksonville, the only person I knew off their team was the running back, and he's hurt.
Yeah, Robinson's not playing. I know all of Kansas City's sitting. Who was it that I hear the other day? Is Dalvin Cook sitting this week too because of the death of his father?
He's out. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think Minnesota had a couple of other running backs this year that had to pick up time because he was hurt anyhow. So, but quarterback's going to be interesting to see who you guys get.
All right, I see that coming in. Yeah, I think for the quarterback side of the house, it's going to be interesting because these dice really are influencing what these guys are doing with those teams right now, and then they have to pick somebody because once they get down to the end, if we haven't had any quarterbacks rolled on the dice, that's all the spots they got left to fill. What teams do you have left to fill them with, right?
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, we'll do your second roll here. Got you in
Alrighty.
for Devontae Adams. Wide receiver, tight end. This will be your last one with just 2 dice.
We keep on, they might end up with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback.
Hey, Sean, are you catching the college game too at the same time?
I am. We're just down by a touchdown, but their tight end, rookie or freshman tight end, just had a monster play. He's like 6'7" and so many God pounds, and was bullying his way.
And he's a true freshman?
True freshman.
Wow.
California, Darnell Washington.
And it gets me thinking too. One of the other ideas I've got for a league is a Devy league. I know some people know what those are, developmental leagues, which you not only draft NFL players, you draft college players that go on to like a bench for you. And then whenever they get drafted to an NFL team, they're automatically on your team as well. I've definitely thought about doing that. That is definitely for the deep thinking people that want to get into something like that. People that really do pay attention to the college landscape a whole lot more. Oh man, I love both of those picks. Did you see that one, Sean?
I did.
Yeah. That pulls at your heartstrings a bit.
A little. First one more so than the second.
All right. So that should have been pick 15. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, Sean. This is your last roll with 2. When your second pick, you'll have a third die added in there. So kicker, tight end.
Great.
I think the hardest part with these dice for you guys is the forcing of a position at a certain point, and it's taking a team off the board. And it's going to make it tougher as you get deeper to figure out who you're going to fill in those spots with what's left, like Brandon said.
Well, I think what makes it interesting is, like, say for a kicker here, or honestly a tight end, I suppose. But I mean, we don't really have the spot, I don't think. But
yeah, I think so. With the tight end spot and the Jonathan Taylor already in the flex, unless Sean Sean really wanted the tight end at this point, I could take Taylor down in that third running back spot down at 25%, and then he could get that tight end spot back if he wanted.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a couple kickers out right there right now that could just hamstring other things, So
yeah. And just so you guys know, I'll scroll down here a little bit further. So we can see pretty much the 100% and the 50%, right? So, but down here in the third string, don't forget you got quarterback, running back, wide receiver slots down there too. So if you do elect that you want to grab another tight end, let me know and I'll flex it around. That way, you know what you've got available to you to still pick. Don't know if anybody's going to go outside of Mark Andrews and Darren Waller, but if there's somebody out there that you want, we'll move them around to make room for them. So, how would we do a league like this? The other question, the other question I have then is, in your guys' game, all of these guys are playing for you, right? Mm-hmm. If we did this though, 16 roster spots, and you're starting, what do we got on this? 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What if we did churn one of those spots in a starting roster as a super flex, because you've got 2 other quarterbacks on your roster, right? Yeah. Still hard code the roster to look like this, but with one additional spot up at the top as a super flex. That way you can deal with buys and injuries. But there would be no waiver wire.
No, there couldn't be.
I mean, you're pretty much this is what you've got, right? Oh, from now you're going to put for Georgia Tech, like it matters that you're taking Harrison Butker, the kicker from Kansas City, and he's from Georgia Tech.
Hey, don't sleep on the Georgia kickers. Rodrigo Blankenship, Tyler Bass, Harrison Butker.
Bass looks great this year.
Lutz.
Yeah.
We're all kickers that came out of a college from Georgia.
All right, my friend, we're halfway through. We're about to add the third dice in there. We haven't had I'm triples right off the top. That would be awesome, right? Give him a steal.
I don't know if I'd like that.
If I get a triple.
All right, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Still no quarterback.
All right, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
Just so you all know, Brandon did a great job. So your quarterback position on these dice is Walter. We just haven't seen a Walter yet.
He's just being a little shy.
He is being shy. Everybody see my great Walter light? Randy McCarty got that for me a while back. Yeah, apparently he had it for a while, and hadn't sent it to me. That's pretty cool. And then the great FSA sign that's done to us by Barbara. She did a great job on that as well. That was a surprise gift to me. I had no idea it was coming. Somebody was asking me a whole bunch of questions about colors and images, and I'm just emailing them. All of a sudden, sign shows up. No idea it was even getting made. Halfway through.
I'm just looking at the teams that are left, and with no quarterback having come up, there's a couple out there, but God, it's getting real thin right now.
Real thin. I think this year's game is going to be won in every spot except for the quarterback, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Some of those you're going to probably have to dig too. Like, let's say you're forced to take Cincinnati's quarterback. Who's it going to be? You know?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with Philly? Is it going to be Hurts? Who's starting in San Francisco right now? Yeah.
Beathard.
Yeah. And we know what's his butt starting in Pittsburgh this week. So you don't have a Big Ben there anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't want to be you guys right now. I like being on this side of this. But it could be a way. You get 10 dudes together, dudes and dudettes together, and you draft like this. There'd be 5 of you, 5 of these, but you still play in your group of 10.
You did as well.
Say again?
I was reading some of the other comments.
Oh,
We will do Georgia Southern as well.
yep, sure did. Hey, Dustin, how are you? Yep. Koo did too. He really messed up the kick the last week though.
It was calculated.
It was calculated. It was predetermined. The Matrix. So there's no way he could make this.
Yeah, we all know it's scripted. Football scripted.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot more rumors like that too. Yeah, keep leaving us comments. Tell us what you think about this. You know, we only get to do this once a year, so like I said, I'm glad I'm on this side this year. The dice are definitely making it tough, but I do love the dice part of it too. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Now, what if you did this for an actual draft, but you only rolled the dice one time per round? So say you got 8 teams. You roll the dice, if it comes up quarterback, tight end, each team, the first team that picks between the two. So say Sean picks running back. Everybody in that first thing has to take a running back. Roll it again. If it comes up kicker defense, everybody has to take a kicker. It still kind of keeps it even.
I think the one way that works is if it's not a snake draft.
Yeah.
I think that it's got to be random every round because I think if it's a snake draft and the same position's going for everybody, then somebody's going to get somebody's going to the middle round where you normally like to be that middle person probably is not going to be good for you in a draft like that. So probably, and I've seen leagues like that where you change what pick that you've got all the way through. So and it's there, it's possible. All right, so we got Brandon Cooks from the Texans. Can you please take that out of here, please?
Yeah.
Please, thank you. Brandon Cooks. All right, he's the wide receiver. All right, here we go, Anthony. Your first one with 3. Let's get a quarterback. I'm shaking them hard. I mean, they're big. I'm trying. Kicker, running back, wide receiver.
All right, let's see what
We might have to figure out a way to put a P in these things for the version 2.0, Brandon, to make sure that somehow it falls every once in a while so we get that quarterback.
Glennon's going to be the MVP this week.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not a whole lot of messing around with each other, though. Like, what does Elliott really take away? What does Montgomery really take away? Devontae Adams, yeah, that hurts a little bit, especially as you guys are playing around with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Well, this pick right here, I think will do some stuff as well, given his needs still.
I like it.
For another wide receiver.
No.
No, he's taking Dallas's kicker, Dan Bailey. Minnesota's kicker. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, that will mess up your Dalvin Cook and everybody. Well, he wasn't playing anyways, but it'll mess up Justin Jefferson. I think Adam Thielen was already marked out, right?
And Kirk Cousins.
Oh, really? Him too?
Well, no.
Oh, wow.
Off the board.
Oh, taking him out of the list, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kirk Cousins as well, yeah.
Dan Bailey, Minnesota. There we go. All right, let's roll 3 dice again. Snake eyes. We want quarterback like it's snake eyes right now. Running back, wide receiver. So do you have any running back spots left that you would like to fill? You do have one down here in the 3rd string. So you have to go running back first, or you have to go running back since you still have a spot open for it.
He's got a spot open for wide receiver.
Yeah, but it's a double with a running back, so he's got to go first. He's got to go there. For the spots there, it's a duplicate. You got to go with that position first.
Got it. Forgot that part.
Is that still here?
You're about to screw me again. I feel it.
I would say the inappropriate word that we came up with for this strategy when we created it, but I think we have to put an R-rated tag on this. If I say we'll call it FF games is what we'd like to call this.
That's hard. I don't really think. Given what's left, I don't think this is really going to mess with you much, but we'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Whew, that was kind of a relief.
Takes Detroit off the board then.
Yep.
All right. Sean.
Well, the hard thing to balance is, you do want to block players, but you also got to look at who do you think is going to score points.
Exactly. And this week, exactly, quarterback, kicker.
Oh.
We finally got a quarterback, so you got to take a quarterback.
All right. Who's left?
Yeah. Let's see. Probably not starting. Probably not starting. Who's starting? Probably not starting.
Oh, yeah, those guys are gone.
I could think of about 6 dudes I'd probably take right here and know that they're going to play and get you points this week.
That's more than I can find, really. I'm looking at maybe like 3 or 4 that I would want, but geez.
The thing is since you've got a quarterback at every level, the 6 that I got left in my mind, that would be it. That would fill your guys' rosters out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with once potential MVP this year.
There you go. See, and that was one of the guys I was questioning whether he was actually going to play or not.
He said he's full go and a must win, no holding back.
All right. So now we got to roll for a second pick for you. All right. Wide receiver, tight end, defense. Let me know if you need me to move around your roster anywhere to make any spots for anybody.
All right, you said what positions?
Wide receiver, tight end, defense. Your defense is already taken care of, so basically down to your wide receiver, tight end. And if you want to put a tight end in there anyway, let me know. I'll flex Jonathan Taylor down to that third running back spot if it needs to be, so you can open it up.
All right, let's see.
Not Jonathan Taylor. Cooks or anybody. Wide receiver, tight end. That's me buzzing you guys probably, or anybody who's in the Charlie Dynasty. If you heard a buzz, I'm not sure if you guys are in the Charlie. I just happened to buzz right as I sent the message out.
So I'm just curious, for this to work in a bigger league, like it would have to be small, right? You couldn't really do this with like one of a massive league.
Yeah, I think you would have to do it in groups, right? Like 10, 12. And then that would have to be a league. And you could run multiple leagues of that, but there couldn't be any crossover. We couldn't do the 72 team thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
We possibly could, but the schedule would be no. I mean, I've thought about it, but I haven't put a lot of thought into it. And now that we're doing this, maybe I'll go back and revisit a little bit more. It was actually one of my former soldiers when I was in Hawaii that came up with the idea of the depth chart football.
Yeah.
With 100%, 50%, 25%. It was his idea. And we tested it out that year by doing this. Angry Birds. Yeah. I think it could be done. The good thing from my side of the house, no waiver wires.
Yeah.
We don't do the 150-25. You just adjust the rosters a little bit different for that. Hard code this in, like I said, but make it take one of the quarterbacks, probably your third string quarterback spot maybe, and make it a super flex spot up at the top.
Yeah.
So your bench looks like running back, wide receiver, defense, running back, wide receiver. Well, here's the unfortunate part though. One kicker. So what do you do on that week? Could lead into another idea that I've had. I kind of pitched the idea to, I don't know if it was the main chat yesterday or one of the dynasty ones was my idea for 3-phase football, which is offense, defense, and special teams.
Special teams, yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, you're not just drafting a full team of defense, you're also drafting a full team of special teams, and the kicker goes along with that. So if the kicker go down hurt, you still have whatever the kicker is that ends up on their team. Again, though, we go back to we would need to have another spot on here to make that happen. Yeah. So we probably, even if we went super flex, we'd probably have to expand these rosters out to 18. But then you take away the whole 16 and 16 for 32.
Yeah.
Unless we took out, say, the running back, wide receiver, tight end flex, or that becomes a super flex position. Take that out and make that a super flex instead.
Yeah,
and then make the running back, wide receiver, instead of it being a minor flex, make it a major flex where you could do running back, wide receiver, tight end there. That way you can still get your 2 running backs in if you wanted to. You're gonna make me go down a rabbit hole and think about it all day. I'll end up by the end of the weekend. I'll have a whole complete rule set up for it.
I mean, I'd like to see it. It would be interesting. It's just it completely changes. Because you have all the intention. You go into a draft going, oh, I'm going here, going here, going here. Being shoehorned into something that you weren't planning on. It's interesting. It's an interesting idea.
I think if we were to do this and we ran it with an actual league, we probably wouldn't do the dice. I think there would be enough of a strategy during that draft of you playing FF games with your buddy, where if it wasn't a week 17 and you had the opportunity to take a Harrison Butker and you did that early, and now you can't get the Patrick Mahomes, the Tyreek Hill, the Travis Kelce, CEH, all those guys. And you're not dependent on a K being rolled on a dice to make that happen. I think there puts some more strategy, more fun into it that way to screw your buddy over by doing that. What you won't know is who you're going up against when you go to draft, because it's got to be done in pairs.
Yeah.
So you sit down at a table that day and you kind of distro everybody out. Okay, here's our 10 or 12 people. Boom, here's who you're going to play against. Or here's who you're going to draft against.
Alrighty, I'm sending it.
Mike Williams, we talk about the wide receiver for the Chargers?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Now that game is done.
Oh, yeah. Getting real thin now. QB getting real thin.
That was one of the teams I thought about a quarterback from. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to play this week or not, but it was one of them that I had in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one I have in a different dynasty, and he's been pretty darn special to me.
Running back, wide receiver, defense. Do you still have spots for all of that? So you still have a defense.
And a wide receiver.
And you got the wide receiver spot. And you could put another running. Can we slide anybody anywhere? I don't think so.
No.
So you're stuck on running backs. That leaves you with defense and wide receiver.
Well, he could slide. He could slide. No, he can't. Never mind.
Yeah,
Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, because Malcolm Brown and Montgomery both running backs, so we can't slide them anywhere to give that free open either one of those spots for a wide receiver for him. So it's got to be one of your wide receivers in your 50 or 25% or your second defense.
Oh, man.
And maybe if we were to do a dice, let's say we did the dice for the big league, we start off with 3 right from the get-go. That way you got more variety and the possibility of stealing players straight off the jump as well, too. Because I don't know if we're going to get a stolen player or not. It's unfortunate. I really wanted to see that happen. We have 5 more quarterback spots to fill. I think this is going to be the talk all the way through. You guys, there'll be 5 picks left to go, and there will be no dice roll because you guys will just be filling in quarterbacks at that time. We got 3 people still hanging on watching us. Or is it maybe you 3 guys that it's counting in the room with me?
It might be. All right. I'll send it.
If you're out there and you're watching and you're not one of the 4 of us in this room, send us a message. Patriots defense. All right.
That's probably the safest one.
All right. All right, let's roll these. Let's roll these dice, man. Let's get you something. I'm trying to do like
Come on, quarterback.
flip of my wrists and everything, man. So you're not going to be able to pick because it's 2 defenses and a running back, which all of your spots are filled right now. You can't do anything with that. So I get to re-roll the dice for you.
All right. Come on, quarterback.
Yeah, let's get a quarterback this time. How about kicker, running back, quarterback? So you've got your kicker. Your running backs are filled. Finally get to do your quarterback.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's see what's left on the table here.
Sam Darnold's where I'd go. I mean, at least he's probably going to play.
That is true.
Glennon's going to be the MVP.
Who is Mike Glennon?
I'm kidding.
I think this guy's the only one that's viable, I think. I don't know.
It's a good thing that it's not going to hurt you too much if you guys end up with, we'll say, duds at the QB position because you can always throw them at the 50 and 25. But what's really going to suck is when you put them at the 50 or the 25 and then they end up going off and you don't get full points for them and it costs you the game because your 100% guy didn't do what you thought he was going to do. Yeah. All right, we got Jalen Hurts in there for Philadelphia. All right, Sean. Running back, defense. So you've already got your defenses. Do you still have a hole for running back?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, all the last picks are going to be quarterbacks, and it's going to be
a shit show. I don't know how else to say it.
It'll make it interesting. You know, you'll have to do some in-depth scouting on these bottom tier quarterbacks.
I do like that the kickers and the defenses are already gone though too. Washington, Seattle, Cleveland, New England. Hey, so are either one of you guys still in the running for the total points for the year?
No,
I don't think so.
I'll say, don't forget to set your lineup for that as well, along with me putting this together for you. Don't forget. I think Gadget guys pretty much are going to run away with that. I think the Miami Inferno have to outscore him by like 96 or 98 points this week to catch him. So, yeah, I think that's where our number 1, number 2 is right now. So, Eric from Empty Wagon will get $75. We're going to do that different, I think, next year. I think what we're going to do to try to keep people interested is we're going to take that $75 and split it up over that 5 weeks during the playoffs when everybody else has been eliminated and give it out as a weekly prize. So whoever the top scoring team is each week, regardless. Well,
okay.
Outside of the ones that are already in the playoffs, we're going to make it for the people who don't make the playoffs where they have a chance to get that $15 each one of those weeks for 5 weeks. Same $75 we would normally be giving out anyways, but give somebody something to play for to make sure they're putting a lineup. So it's not a cumulative either. It's a single week total. So they have an opportunity to get it. So I think we're going to roll with that next year. He's going to figure out how I can verbalize it best, putting the rules set together.
There's actually a good point in the comments.
What we got in the comments? I'm glad you guys can see those too. You guys just can't push them up, can you?
Mm-mm.
As a Maria, the dice should still be rolled,
dice.
even if only one spot left for quarterback to see if they get a chance to steal. That's why we have Maria here. She's not wrong. Maria, thank you. You're the best. So if we do end up getting stuck with the quarterback spots, we'll still roll in case there is a steal, like she said. But the only thing you're going to be able to steal
Our quarterback.
Is a quarterback.
because you won't have any other spots to be able to fill in. So, but you might be able to take a Kyler Murray and put him down at your second string, or a Jalen Hurts, put him down in your second string. So, good. Dustin's still here. Good. I'm glad somebody's still out there.
He keeps flipping back and forth, I think, with family and watching.
I was gonna say, is he there?
No, he's with his family up in Tennessee right now,
Oh, okay.
bringing in the new year with his siblings' new house.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, when I should ask him. He kept teasing that he was going to play this year. Are we going to get him for 2021?
We might, and in fact, we were all eating dinner on Wednesday, all-you-can-eat wings over at Buffalo Cafe, and great wings, by the way. But with the
Please sponsor us.
yeah, he was interested in it as well, so we could possibly bring on another person for this region, and he's a guy that is also in our other league.
Cool.
So we could have a couple, either Dustin and a guy by the name of Steven.
Okay. Very cool.
I'll keep you updated on that.
I think what we're going to end up having to do, especially if we grab more people down in this region, if Brandon comes on as well, bringing on Dustin and Steven, and then there's 3 more down here, right? I don't think we're going to lose anybody in the South Atlantic region. So that puts us at 15. My hope is to do the 10-10s next year, so we'd be able to pull 100 people. So we're going to probably have to, like when we had the South Atlantic Gold Dragons and Red Dragons, probably going to split up some of these regions again. Melvin Gordon, I like that. I like that a lot.
Did I mark them off?
All right, let's mark Denver off then. It's weird to say to mark Denver off for Melvin Gordon. All right, Sean, we got to roll one more for you here.
I think so.
Quarterback, kicker, tight end.
Quarterback, kicker, tight end.
So I guess that means just quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can't flex Taylor down because the running back spots are full. So the kicker's already taken care of. So you got to go after and get that second quarterback now.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It is an absolute graveyard for quarterbacks.
Yeah. Eight picks left total.
So gross.
Graveyard's an understatement.
Man.
3 of these teams, I can't even tell you who the quarterback is this week for them.
Yeah, you just pick and pray at this point.
Yeah. I think the best thing you can hope for is rolling triples here in one of yours so you can steal something from him.
Murray does look nice.
Yeah. I think Hurts would be bad. I mean, I'm looking at the balance here of what you guys got at the 100% right now, and I think with the tight end premium, with what we've seen Waller do so far this year, that helps you out a lot, and it helps make up for some of those other spots too, like maybe a Malcolm Brown.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could even drop Malcolm down and put Gaskin in that spot, maybe, as long as he can come back again this week and do what he did last week. Adams, Calvin Ridley, I like that a lot. Interesting that both of you end up going running backs heavy in those spots, though. Both of you did. Was that more of a forced because of the dice roll?
I think so.
or did you guys
Yeah.
just want to go running back?
Well, no, there was, I think, the first 4 roles or something. There's like it was either kicker, tight end, or running back, tight end for me. So
Yeah.
oh man, I am not looking forward to this QB pick at all. God.
Hope we get it before your last pick. That way it's not,
Yeah.
not the last
Yeah.
team left out there. Well, Sean will get the last overall pick, but
And that's
Yes.
when I'm steal.
what's up?
That's when it'll be able to steal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this could. I mean, we'd have to do some tweaking, but I think you could do a league like this.
All right.
You just,
Yeah.
I just don't know what the waiver wire would be the thing, and the only thing that I can figure out there is more for injuries than anything.
Yeah.
Maybe with there only being one player per each one of the teams, maybe if you lost like a Calvin Ridley, then you had to pick up Julio. Or if you lost Kamara, you had to pick up
You had to
Who's
pick
that?
somebody on their team.
pick up that same position on their team. And that's probably who's going to fill that role anyways, right?
Right.
Maybe we create IR spots, and then as soon as that player comes back healthy, you have to swap them back in. Like it's a half thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Daniel Jones. Danny
Yuck.
Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
So bad.
All right, Anthony, let's get some
He'll probably have 10 turnovers. But, yeah.
wide receiver, running back, tight end.
Yeah. So I think I had to go wide receiver then.
Yep, you have to go wide receiver.
All right.
It's not so bad. I got 1, 2,
No.
3 wide receivers.
I've got 1, 2, yeah, maybe 3, 4. Just pushing it.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean,
Got me thinking. I'm wondering if we should do another beta test of a league for 2021. We're already beta testing the King of the Castle League as well. Should we beta test the all-team league? I think we've got a sponsor for it already. Hey, I'll have to. I know. I think Sean knows already because I brought it up in the league as well, and I don't want to say too much across the airways because I don't know who's watching, and we're trying to keep it a little bit under wraps. But so, Brandon, I'll have to talk to you offline about a league that we are starting next year. This one won't be a beta test when this is gonna happen because we already have a sponsor for it, and it's a really good friend of yours and mine. Has already said that all on board for it. So we'll have to talk about that offline. Probably if you decided, hey, Brian, I don't really want to get into the redraft. I kind of want to cut my teeth somewhere else. And you want something that is familiar to you in life, you get in this other league instead, or get into both. I mean, get into both. But yeah, I'll hit you up offline. Actually, you know what? Here, let me tease you with a text.
all right, I'm gonna go with this guy.
Ah.
Okay, I like it.
It checks out. Sam Darnold, the last good quarterback.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was thinking too. So you just took away Sam Darnold from yourself and from him. All
Like I
right,
said, we're just gonna have to hold our noses at the end.
The last
wide receiver, kicker. So got to go wide receiver.
All right. Hmm. All right, I think it's gonna be. They're still. Yeah.
Hey, when you Brandon, when you were in the Marines, would change duty stations, Army calls it PCS. What do you guys call it?
PCS.
PCS. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, here we go again.
There you. I like it. That's a good one. That was one of the guys that I had in my brain a while back when I was thinking for the wide receivers. T. Higgins. I like that one a lot. All right, Sean.
Yes.
What do you got left? Wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver. That's your three. Okay, let's see if that comes up on any of these. Defense, running back. That ain't gonna work for you. Quarterback, kicker, running back. So you're getting your third quarterback.
Oh God.
Andy's like,
Dang dogs barking at everything.
I shot you the text, Brandon. Give you more details later if you want them, but it'll be fun. We got one of the other guys that's on board with us now that does the Average Bros show on Tuesday night. He's doing another league under the FSA too. It's going to be a.
I knew it.
Who do you take? Teddy Bridgewater? Yeah, I kind of figured out what's going too.
I thought you were going to go DJ Moore, and that's who I would have gone if I had gotten a receiver. But
all right, well, we're left with Buffalo, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Pittsburgh as our last team. Sean, we got a roll for you again.
Yeah.
Hi. Did you change clothes? You weren't wearing that before. All right, defense, tight end, running back.
nope.
You've got wide receiver left, right?
Well, that's why
right.
yellow was. I could do it for you.
See if we get a wide receiver to roll here. I want to just keep rolling
Because I could steal.
in case we get that steal. Maria, glad that she's out there to keep us honest.
Can I try?
Let me see if Daddy gets – oh, got a wide receiver. It's kicker, defense, wide receiver. So you got a wide receiver.
So,
You can roll the next ones, okay? So the other league that we're going to do, Brandon, is it's Kevin's going to run it from the Average Bros. It's going to be an auction league, so the draft will be auction, and it'll be a live auction. It won't be like a long, drawn-out one. It'll be one of those you're bidding within like 60 to 90 seconds on players, and it just keeps going like that. And then it's also going to be an individual defensive player league. So you'll do one lineman, one linebacker, one DB. So, and everything else will be played just like FSA. He really wants to do it. He's in a home league that's like that. And he really wanted to bring it over to FSA. And he says, I'll run it. And I'm like, cool. Another league I don't have to do. I'm good with that. But the one that I sent you a text on, we would hold off another year on it as well. But since we've already got a sponsor for it, got to strike where the iron's hot and might as well do it. Buffalo, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Pittsburgh. Two of those will be your quarterbacks, Anthony.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I mean, I can't even begin to express.
What's 8 plus 9? 17.
that's why I want right here.
Okay. It'll be a fun week. You guys, so the games aren't played until Sunday. You guys know I'll be doing the op all day tomorrow, pretty much. But when I get home, I'll look at this. You guys want to shoot it to me in a text and an email, however you want to get it to me. Even tonight, if you're like, hey, I've already looked over my team. Here's where I want it, my 150 and 25. Just hit me up however you normally reach out to me, and then I'll set this up, and then I'll email it out to you guys too, so you each can see what the final rosters look like. That way, if you're watching football on Sunday, you can have it in front of you. So you can see how bad Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, and Teddy Bridgewater are destroying you.
Yeah.
All we can hope, though, is we get triple quarterback here for you, or triple anything, so you could steal a quarterback. I mean, I don't know. Daniel Jones and Teddy Bridgewater certainly don't scare me.
No, not at all. But
I already know.
Not yet. I'll let you know, though.
All right. Pick is in.
Laviscus Chenault. I love it. He's on Jacksonville, right?
That's correct.
Not a name you hear all the time. I had to make sure.
What's that Jack?
Yeah, Jax. All right, are you ready to roll the big dice? All right, get your tiny little hands. Running back, wide receiver. All you got left is quarterbacks, right?
yep.
All right, so I'm going to keep rolling here.
Well, Daddy got giant hands.
Wide receiver, quarterback.
Daddy got big hands.
Oh,
You can do it.
hooray.
Hooray. Time to face the music.
Wow, it looks like a castle.
The good thing is you only have 3 teams to look at to figure out
That
who
is-
you're going to take.
That is true.
The mic.
I hope Maria's still out there. Maria, thank you for telling us to make sure that we keep on rolling in case triple comes up instead of just filling in. Super smart.
Yeah, but
None of us in
when
this
I
room are
did
going to think of that.
the small dice.
The smart dice?
Yeah, the small.
Oh, small dice. I don't know where all my little dice are at.
Well, the problem is you don't know what Buffalo's doing this week. That's the problem.
I mean, easily, I keep sitting here thinking, wondering why Josh Allen isn't gone, right? But you're right. What are they doing? I'm assuming they're resting.
Yeah, but they could play for the number 2 seed.
Yeah,
So you don't.
maybe they play a half. Maybe they play a half.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did last year they had like Josh Allen in for like 5 snaps and then rested him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that.
So one of the other things I thought about doing for today was, you guys know I've got where we do the digital dice for the
Daddy.
draft positions. Hold on, baby, I'm talking. For the draft positions, I thought about trying to find something online that we could do the same thing that would allow me to customize the dice with the quarterback, running back, wide receiver already printed on it, but nothing would let me customize. I found a wheel that would spin, but then that only spins one wheel. I'd have to have 3 separate windows open to make it happen, and then spin for each one of them. The only other way we really could do it is to go through the dice program that I had before, and just each one of the numbers represents a position. That way everybody could see a dice roll on the screen if we wanted to do it. But that would take away from the awesome dice that were made by Brandon for me, and we wouldn't get to see Walter come up so rarely today.
I'll try to get the small dice.
I mean,
You ready, baby?
What you guys gonna do?
She's gonna eat lunch.
Oh, okay. Is it lunchtime? That must be why my stomach's growling.
Well, I'm already halfway through my gallon and got both my workouts in and all that jazz.
I'm clicking the mouse a lot. I'm getting the workout in.
I bet you'll still burn more calories sitting on your booty than I did doing all of that.
Don't hate.
The guy's mentality.
Float away. This is so hard to drink this much water.
What do you say, Sean?
It's a guy's metabolism.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, when we
I
did,
guess this is the guy then.
okay. Well, I can't be mad at you for that one. I picked him up in the King of the Castle League last week, and he ended up winning the game for me. All right. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Okay.
Big third.
Yep. All right. Let's see if you get a steal here.
Deep hard.
Kicker, wide receiver, tight end. Quarterback, defense, running back. So Buffalo or Pitt? I don't know, even with or without the dice, that your guys' rosters would really look that much different than this right now. You would have filled in all of those other spots off of teams that you knew you were going to get players and get points out of, and you'd probably still be stuck with a Bridgewater, a Jones, a Beathard, or somebody like that.
Yeah.
All the wide receivers are hurt on San Francisco. You never know which running back to rely on. You guys got great ground game anyways already, so yeah, it might not look much different than this anyways.
I think I'm just going to do this and hope for the best.
Put some Josh Allen in there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're talking probably the second best quarterback this year, second in scoring to Mahomes by like less than a point, and he's the second to last player and the last quarterback taken.
I mean, but how much does he play? A quarter, a half, maybe? You know, if he winds up playing the whole game, yeah, it's great. But
so let me ask you this question: where do you put him in your lineup right now?
That's a great question.
150.
I have no idea.
All right, so you got the wide receiver left, Sean. Let's see if you get a steal. Nope, wide receiver, tight end. So wide receiver it is. No steals this year.
So close.
So close. You know, if we used a random generator that aren't really all that random, I wonder if it would have come up more with triplets, right? So, and heck, since we're sitting here and Sean's playing around with whatever Pittsburgh wide receiver he's going to take, let's try something real quick. Because I know you all can see this. We slide this over and cover up what we're looking at. I don't think Brandon's seen this. I don't know if he's watching any of the draft shows when we do our draft orders, right? So let's say each one of the numbers was a position, right? Quarterback 1, running back 2, wide receiver 3, tight end 4, kicker 5, defense 6, right? In that order. So keep that in mind as we're doing this and we say we're going to roll 3 6-sided dice right from the beginning, right? So in this case, we got quarterback, kicker.
All right.
Yeah.
So how often does it come up with if we continue to do this, how often will we get triples?
I mean, we did see quarterback a lot sooner.
Yeah. And quarter 1 is definitely coming up a whole lot more. Another quarterback.
Yeah.
I think maybe 3 dice right from the get-go with the possibility of being able to steal anywhere along the thing could be a good idea too.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it 2 and then introducing it, just trying to use the rules that were already there put in place from draft day dice where we got the idea of doing this from. Is that Deontay Johnson?
That is correct.
All right. Also funny, pretty decent wide receiver this year, being the very last pick in all of this.
Ben Roethlisberger is not playing,
Yeah. So
so it hurts everybody.
all
Although
right.
James Washington played with Mason Rudolph in college, so who knows?
Maybe that's the dude he throws to.
I doubt it.
All right, let me save this before I lose it anywhere. You guys let me know how you want to do lineups. You hit me later on today, tomorrow. I'll make sure that I've got them set and ready to go for you. We'll pull the points down on Sunday after the games, Monday after the games, and I'll let you guys know. So one of the things that I was pulling up earlier, we wanted to make sure we answered the question because I couldn't even remember either, is what are we looking at price difference-wise between the two of you in this game? So difference between third and fourth place is $75. So runner-up will get $200, and then the champion will get $275. So,
All righty.
just so you guys know. All right, Brandon, the man, you got any parting words you would like to bless us with? Thank you for sponsoring this year, man. Thank you for the dice. I'm glad we got to use them finally.
Yeah, seems interesting.
Tell the family baseball's coming soon. We'll get it out there sooner than later for you guys. I know the whole family will enjoy that. So, and I even got a text message from somebody who said, "Hey, if you do baseball, I'll join as well." So, I guess I guess that's going to be our next expansion.
I've got a whole league that'll come.
That'd be awesome. We're just going to figure out. The unfortunate part, MFL is great, right? But MFL is only football. That's all they do all day, every day. And I know everybody uses, you just said you play baseball on Yahoo, right? Yeah. And I've only played it on CBS, I think. So we got to figure out what's the platform the majority of the people like playing on. Make sure we go with that, because I don't know that there is a thing out there like an MFL for baseball. I don't know if there is one that does that or not. If there was, I'd probably jump on it and stay away from the WYSIWYG programs, but the WYSIWYGs are good for a reason. So, all right, lunatics and naughty dogs. Anthony, you never did get a chance to show off your shirt. I know Sean's been flashing his stuff the whole time. We got to make sure everybody sees the lunatics logo. There we go.
My naughty dogs went on underneath here though too. So
Did you buy some underwear with naughty dogs on it too?
no, they don't have that up there yet. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
That's why
All right,
from the waist up.
Well, I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. This was fun. We kind of scratched the surface on this, possibly turning into a real league at some point. A little bit of meat on the bone. We'll start thinking about it. Maybe we could do this. I would love to do this draft with a group of people.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
Could be interesting. Yeah, definitely could be.
I can't wait till the bench Devontae Adams in this second quarter.
That's what you're hoping for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, I mean, do you still keep Devontae Adams in the 100% anyways?
Yeah.
Because you never know what he's going to do in that half.
He's in the first quarter alone. So
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys again, and good luck to the two of you this week. And then we'll be back next Wednesday for the live broadcast, and we'll talk about this game and how it turned out. And Brandon, again, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Tell the whole family I said hello. I'll hit you up sometime. We'll talk about that other league I text you. Cool. All right, y'all.
Happy
Have
New Year.
a good rest of
Happy
your
New
New
Year.
Year's day. Happy New Year. Later.